Hey everybody, welcome to the Kev Indiana Jones show. I am Kev Indiana Jones. How about this? A Friday episode. I had to do this special because, the time difference and all, and I wanted to make this as easy as I could for the guest tonight, which I can't believe is happening, honestly. What's wrong with? This is a very special episode. This is the last episode of the year because I work in a restaurant. I'm a restaurant manager, and shit's bonkers already. So I need all my mental health that I can get, and this is good mental health to do, but I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it all. I'm gonna need to play video games and shit because things happen this week. Some people are very scared. Many people feel left behind and marginalized, like they don't matter, but they do. They do matter. They matter to me. They matter to many of you, if not all of you. I believe in that. I believe in love, and I believe the way forward for all of this is to embrace love, embrace community, and just build it, make it better. And I don't know that hate is going to get us anywhere. I know that we all have feelings right now. Some of us are angry, some of us are happy, and we will have to reconcile that one day because we have to. We have to. Survival of the friendliest. It's not survival of the angriest. So, let's see how this goes. It's going to be an interesting time, but let's not talk about that too much tonight because tonight my guest is a very, very special person. She made my first hat beyond my Dorfman Pacific, I think it was. My first it was the official licensed Indiana Jones hat, and eventually it just wasn't good enough. So I decided I'm going to go for it, and I got one from Herbert Johnson, and it was Michelle Poyer-Sleeman. She is the masterworks, the magician, the wizardress behind this hat, behind so many of yours hats, the hats that you see out there, the hat that you saw on Harrison Ford's head in Dial of Destiny. That's my guest tonight, and I kind of can't believe that. That's a big deal. That's pretty damn cool. It's really awesome to talk to you all, but the fact that I'm talking to someone that actually worked with the movie, that's unbelievable. So it's really incredible that I've been able to build this with you all watching, and for the love of God, this is where I am. I'm about to talk to Michelle about hats, and that just blows my mind. I hope she is out there, and there she is. Just this one time, right off the bat. But we'll see, because you all know how that goes. This is how it goes every time. Oh, this is how it goes every time, no matter what. No matter what. All right. And I'm going to cancel. I'm going to try it again because you just keep on trying. Dust yourself off and try again. Try again. Remember that song? I do, clearly. Okay. Here we go. Please do work. And there we go. I can hear you. It's a dark screen. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Let me have a look, see what's going on here. Yes.
There we go. There we are. Bingo. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. So I'm so psyched to be here.
You're psyched. I mean, for the love of God. This is very, very special for me, for so many different reasons. Not just because of what you do, but because of who you are. Because when we first started talking, obviously it was about the hats and stuff. But then we got to be friends, and we got to pretty much never talk about Indy or hats. We just talk. We could spend hours quoting Airplane, and I think we quote it for longer than the actual movie is.
Quite possibly.
So just the fact that you were someone that I can say that really is an actual friend, and despite what you do, it has nothing to do with it for me. It's who you are, and I am just so thankful for you to be on this show, and this is honestly one of the best days of my life. The fact that I can do this and talk to you, I just thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
That's wonderful. So, yeah, like I said earlier in the show, there was an election this week. How was that reacted to over there?
Devastated,
Mm.
absolutely devastated for you all. Yeah, well, we don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, it felt like a crushing blow, really disappointed. And like you said in your intro, I think we just need to support each other through it and ride it out just by loving each other and supporting each other and being the community that we are.
Absolutely.
That will override everything.
It really does.
You have to hope that that will. Yeah.
It has with personal stuff in all our lives, and it will with political stuff in our lives. I believe in that, and I believe in us. I believe that we can be maybe a shining example to all, that we can maybe all possibly get along, despite some of us having different beliefs. But love is the answer. Love is the answer,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
and questions are the answer also, ironically, like getting to know why things are different. Just because you think one way doesn't mean that it has to be that way for everyone, and that's something that's important for all of us to realize, I think.
Always keep an open mind and an
Yes.
open ear and an open
Yeah,
heart.
that's big time. Oh my God, that's the reason why we're friends. Oh, Michelle, my goodness. So let's I really, I don't really want to talk about hats actually with you. Let's just talk about pants. Let's talk
Let's talk about
pants.
pants,
Yeah.
because it's been a pants kind of week. Do you say that out there? It's
No,
been a
we
pants
don't.
kind of week?
But
You don't?
I
Oh,
want to start saying that. Yeah. Yeah. So
when things are pants, things are pretty rubbish.
you told me that a while ago, and I thought that's fantastic. And maybe I have heard that actually in like a TV show or something. But yeah, pants. Pants is the topic tonight.
We pants.
And yeah, actually, I have literal pants that,
Oh my goodness, every shade.
we're going to talk about the Indiana Jones pants, not the hats. We talk about hats all the time. You deal with hats all the time. So yeah, I have like 7 different pair of pants. I'm just kidding, folks. We're not going to talk about pants tonight, but we will
I
talk a little
can't
bit
even
of it.
find my pants at the moment, or my trousers, I should say.
Yes,
Just moved. Everything's in boxes. Can't find it. But I
I hate that feeling.
do have my trusty Destiny, and I do have my
It
my hats.
looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's so fun to finally not have to ask who are you wearing, because I know who you're wearing. You're wearing you.
Oh, this thing? Yeah.
Is that like a recent make, or is that something you
Oh,
made a while ago?
this is oh, it's probably about 4 or 5 years old.
Oh,
This one. It's a beaver. It's bulletproof. It's my trusty go-to when I walk the dog. So yeah, it gets a lot of wear, and yeah, just give it a brush off, let it dry if it's out in the rain, and it just carries on. Yeah,
you look beautiful. You look beautiful in it. Oh God, it's just fantastic. It's fantastic. How is the dog? Ilva, right?
yes, yes, yeah, Ulva.
Ulva, Ulva.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a YLVA, but it's a liquid Y because it's Swedish. But yeah,
Um,
she wolf.
she's beautiful. How is she?
Oh, she's good. She's good. I mean, she's getting on. She's coming up for
Uh,
11 this year, and yeah, she's got a metal plate in one knee. She hobbles a bit. She gets grouchy when she's got arthritis. So yeah, she's a good girl. She keeps me going.
Same. Oh God, same. Indiana Bones is getting old. He's actually watching the show right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, we think 12 or 13 years old, something like that. He's getting the slow sit down, the slow
Wow.
lay down, but he's still got the puppy energy. So yeah, the dogs, they keep us going. I got to tell you, I totally agree with that. Like I get home at 2 a.m. some days, and that's all I have. Like everyone's asleep, my wife's asleep, some my friends are asleep, so my dog is just there, like, yeah, fine, I'll be awake for you, fine. They're the
Yeah,
best.
she's got me through some really dark days and tough spots. So yeah, she's brilliant. I wouldn't be without
That's
her.
fantastic. Well, let's talk about hats. We might as well talk about hats since I have you on the show. When did you begin making hats?
Oh goodness. I think it must be about 20 years ago now.
Wow.
I started as a hobby, as many things
Huh.
do. Picked up loads of hobbies. So I just happened to be going to a wedding fair, and there was a lovely lady there who was a milliner. And I bought something from her, and she did courses. I started with one, ended up doing several per year. And then she said, you are like no student I've ever had. This is like, it's natural to you. You're instinctive. And when I had a marriage breakdown and I lost my business, and I contacted her because we were good friends, and she had carpal tunnel in her wrist because she'd done blocking. And I said, well, I'm looking for a change of career. I'll come and block for you. So we worked together for a while, and it was Abigail that found the advertisement for Herbert Johnson, and she said, look what I found, you'd be perfect. This will suit you down to the ground. And the rest is history.
Oh, thank you, Abigail. Thank you, Abigail. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, that's such a beautiful story. Was it your intention to make Indiana Jones hats from the start?
One of my first blocks before I started was called Henry Jones Jr. So it was in my blood from the beginning.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, you clearly love the movies. Your passion is obvious in this hat and all my other hats. When did you first begin your relationship with the indie movies? When did it begin?
Oh, well, seeing them at the cinema. I mean, I was 11. I was into Star Wars before that, so yeah, it was just a natural thing. And you know, the 80s were amazing for hat wearing, and I had lots of fedoras, so it kind of started right from the get-go.
Awesome.
And I've been in love with it ever since. I mean, never did I think I would be this involved at that time. And it's like a dream come true. It makes me wish I'd been doing it for far longer, because it's just it fills me with passion. I just love what I do.
I can tell. Everyone can tell. When I first got that first hat, this one actually, I honestly, I didn't know what to do with myself. I just looked at it a lot. Like, do I deserve to have this on my head? Like, this is clearly a work of art. And I didn't wear it for the longest time until one night I did finally put it on and thought, oh shit, I do look good in this. Finally, okay. I had the confidence, but there's something that you have in your hands that there's confidence in these hats that when we put them on, we feel that confidence, and it kind of changes things.
Spread the joy.
Big time, big time. That's what you are. That's what you are. That's what you do. When the new one was announced, did you know it was going to happen for you to get the job, or were you just hoping for it?
No, I mean, you know the history with it. It was going to happen, and it wasn't going to happen, and it's delayed, and the amount of issues that and I got to the stage like with anyone else, it's not going to happen, is it? And if it happens, I was probably going to go to a big studio like Optimo. They'll go, you know, that's who they'll go to. You know, I had no idea that this was going to happen. And in fact, when I got the call from my colleagues in the London shop in Piccadilly at the time, it was like January, and I got the call and they said, oh, Joanna Johnson's just been in, and they're asking after you. I've given them your contact details. And I was like, what? No, this is a dream. I thought I was dreaming. I was just like, no, surely not. And then, yeah, mind blown.
Oh my God. And you had to keep it a secret for a while too, right?
Oh, that's the worst thing. It's just like going, can't show it through. And then you've got this like kind of energy bursting to get out and inside, and you're just like, wow, I can't say a thing. Can't say a thing. This is amazing.
Right.
And so much, you know, nervousness and like what's going to be like. Because you get told nothing, you know. You sign lots of non-disclosure things, but there's nothing to disclose. You don't know anything.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So, yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I was as on tenterhooks as anyone, like seeing all the behind-the-scenes photos come through, and yeah, it was an amazing journey. I mean, over several months, I was making lots of prototypes. So we had samples. We went back and forth on different designs. So Joanna was like, let's try this, or let's try that. And so it wasn't until we got, I think it was the 6th and 7th samples that got sent out to the States, and Houghton had his first in wardrobe try on, and I saw the photos from that, and it was just like, oh my God. So excited, this is happening. It looks amazing. And I just, yeah, it was, yeah, tingles everywhere. It was so exciting. And then he had his second wardrobe fit with his eighth sample hat, and that was the one. And I remember getting a call because he'd come over, because this is all during like lockdown and social distancing.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a crazy time. So I'm having like video calls with Joanna Kindwood, and they're all like in separate marquees outside, all social distancing. It was crazy, crazy time. And so when Harrison came over for his second fitting, that was in London, and yeah, I got the call from Joanna's assistant, and he's like, he loves it, especially the brim sweep. And I was like, oh my God, he loves it. Mission accomplished.
I'll say.
So exciting. I'll never forget the call.
Oh my God, what an amazing story. I mean, when I learned it was you, I was just so proud of you and just so happy for you. And like I felt like, oh, now these hats mean even more to me, because it made it even more special. Not only the fact that the company is where they came from originally, but the fact that you made these hats and now you had your hands on that hat. I was just like, oh, okie dokie. I don't know that I need any other hats really. It's just like that makes it that the more special. And it's just such a magical thing. And what was it like to go to the premiere when you were
Oh
invited?
my goodness. It was a whirlwind. Going down the red carpet and waiting for everyone to come in. And then, I mean, I've never seen my work so big. It was on an IMAX, and you're just in awe of how everything is just so big. I was like, oh, and print clothes on the hat. Oh, I was just, yeah, mind blown.
Oh,
And then that night, I went out with like Lester Jones and a big gang of people,
awesome.
and had some drinks, and just surrounded by utter joy. It was such a night, amazing night.
Oh, God, that is incredible. So, like, when you saw your hat on the big screen for the first time, how did you feel?
I literally got tingles. I was like almost in shock, because it's so overwhelming. I mean, I've seen my stuff on screens before. I mean, with small screens, Peaky Blinders, and with
right.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, and yeah, that is exciting. But this on an IMAX on Harrison Ford, I was just, yeah, yeah. My
That
jaw just hit the floor. I had no words. It was quite something. Yeah.
everything led to that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very proud to have been part of it.
Well, especially the fact that it's such a beautiful movie too, and that every time it does close on that hat, there's just so much happening in that scene that it's just mind blowing. And to have a personal factor, like being a friend of someone that has a personal factor in the making of that, just makes like what is my life? I don't even imagine what it's like for you, but what is my life that I'm actually talking to you right now? That's just unbelievable. Our paths crossed beautifully, and I'm so glad. I'm just so glad that I know you. Hearing these stories from you is, oh, it's worth everything I've been through.
Glad to hear it.
It,
Hugs.
it's the truth. Hugs from afar, hugs from across the ponds.
Exactly.
What would you say your favorite hat you've ever made is?
Oh, well, that's a question. I love them all. Uh, I do have, well, I do have several favorites, but one of the favorite things I like to do is this origami folded ribbon work that I do.
Oh yes, I've
I don't know
seen
if
that.
you've seen some. Yeah, yeah. It's intricate, and things like that. I really love to do anything that's got really fine detail work, and hand sewn brim edges. Absolutely, can't get enough of them.
Wow.
It's like a meditation. It's just such a peaceful thing to do.
Oh, it's
Um,
amazing.
I really love doing them, and they look so beautiful. Much nicer than machine sewn.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. The things that you posted sometimes, I'm just like, oh my God. And I love when you experiment with different colors and it's just so bright and beautiful. It just explodes with personality and life. I just love the stuff that you make.
Thank
What is your least favorite hat you've ever made, if there is one?
Least favorite hat. Oh, oh. Um, I'm not entirely sure. I have one that springs to mind.
Well, that's
I
excellent.
mean, I do have one that was it really hit me in the heart. This one. A customer came in and said, "I'm looking for something quite unusual. I don't know if you're going to be able to help us." It's for a friend of mine who's just died, and she was an absolute huge indie fan. And we want to do something to represent that. And would you be able to make a 9-inch circumference hat for her urn? And oh my goodness, it was one of the, I think it was one of the things that I just remember every stitch that I put into that. It was just, I put so much emotion into it because it meant so much to them. And I think that was the one that will always stay with me. It just, there was emotion in that, a lot of emotion.
Yeah, a different kind of
Yeah,
favorite. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. I'm glad you told that story because you've told me that before, and I just thought it was just so beautiful. And I've even seen the picture, and it's just such an amazing thing that the love for this character can do that you would be able to have them at peace in a way with being able to present that for them and to have her have that as her eternal resting place. It's just absolutely beautiful.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the stories that my clients come back with, and the fans have, it's I've made friends for life, and the stories are just so beautiful. You really touch people. I often say that I don't make hats. I make dreams and joys and stories, and it's part. You know, it's much more than an object. So much more.
Well, you're going to get me teary-eyed because it's true. It's very, very true. You do make dreams come true. I mean, this is a dream come true. I'm wearing Harrison Ford's hat right now, and the fact that you're able to do that for so many of us is just so special. Um, I think that you do know that too, and it's not like you're just making a product and just like, here you go, here's another one, here, buy more hats, here, but maybe you should buy this hat. You're just making things that people want with their hearts, and you're making it with your heart, and
Yeah,
that's
each
what
one
makes it all the
matters.
more special.
Yeah.
God, that's amazing. That's amazing. Of all the indie hats that you do make, which one do you like making the most?
Oh, I, I think it might be the Cairo.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, because I think because I went on a little journey with that one. Because when I was started getting into shaping hats many moons ago, that was the one that I found. How do I make this click? How do I get this? How do I reverse engineer it to have the journey that it went through in the film? How do I get it to that stage? And I think I wrestled with it so much. It was almost like a nemesis for a while. And then I grew to absolutely adore it. So because that journey had so much, so much to it, I think that's probably my favorite because, yeah, I've grown to love something that I actually really struggled with in the
You earned
beginning.
that one. Like you earned your path on that one. That's awesome. I love that. It was like difficult, but now it's your favorite one. Yes. Here's to
Cheers.
you. This is, by the way, the drink that Pete made on his episode, and I'm sure it's as delicious as it looks.
It is rather good,
I
actually.
told you. I knew you'd be good at it. I knew you would be. I could tell. Oh, I could tell.
Chin chin.
Oh, fantastic.
Chin chin, Pete.
Oh, yep. Um, what is it? Oh, damn it. In Veep. I don't know if you have ever watched Veep over there, but there's one episode where they go overseas and they say down in one. Is that is that a thing that yeah? And then but she
Come
thinks they're saying
on.
Danny Wah. So she's just saying Danny Wah, everybody, Danny Wah.
Yeah, I'm not going to chug it.
No, no, I'm those days are done for me. Those days are done for me. I'm already
Definitely.
getting a little red faced. Which of all the hats gets ordered the most? Would you say?
Oh, I think it's just the Raiders. Closely followed by the LC.
Nice. Oh, that's fantastic. That honestly is my favorite one of all the ones you made me. Like, despite all the emotion behind this one, there's something about because that's the one I wanted my entire life. That exact hat, and you gave that to me. You presented that to me, and it's just amazing that since 1989 I've wanted that hat on my head. And the first time I got it, I was just like, oh, this is it. Like overseas, you have to reshape stuff, but that one I just put on. I was like, oh, that's that's it. That's the hat. How do you do that? Like you study the pictures and just like kind of
I
make it
do.
happen? Do you have the feeling with it?
I do. I fondle hats a lot. That's a large part of my job. Fondling felt. But
It's
yeah,
fun to do.
I actually when I'm doing the final shaping, I will spend quite a bit of time going back and forth and tweaking. And with the LC brim, it's getting that like dynamic curve over it. So I'll often prop it up while it's on a hat jack, and I'll put a block in the front to push the front down. I'll put blocks at the side, and then I'll put a weight on the scoop of the back so it holds that shape. Sometimes I'll leave it overnight, and set it, and then liner goes in. It gets off to its final destination after that. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time like tweaking and fondling felt.
Well, if I would too if I was doing what you were doing, for the love of God. Is there a hat that you've been wanting to make but haven't yet?
Ooh, hmm. I mean, there are probably plenty of hats that I just haven't given birth to yet, and they are waiting.
They're
They don't
gestating.
know it yet. Yeah, it's getting that kind of playtime to like really find what things want to be, because like sculptors say, they've got to find what the stone wants to be. I find that very much with felt. And if you're just having to play with it and you find something happens and that's what it wants to be, it really wants to be that shape. So I'd like to do a little bit more of that in my and I'm led to believe that we're going to get much more creative soon. So that's going to happen.
Excellent. It's funny that you say that because I like to draw. I'm not really great at drawing, but I love to draw. And for me, a blank piece of paper represents so much possibility. And I'm just like, what can I fill this with? What kind of stupid drawing can I do? What kind of good drawing can I do? And there's just something to a blank canvas. So I feel like when you see like a felt, you're just like, what can I do with this?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I have to see your doodles someday.
When they're good enough, I'll show you. When they're good enough, I'll show you.
The deal.
Um, yeah, so the fact that we can all wear beautiful hats made by the same hands that made the hat for Harrison Ford is something that I will literally never take for granted, ever. And I'm sure many of us feel the same. It feels like magic, like I said. Every time I put it on, this is the one I keep by the door. This is the one that's always either the first thing I see or the last thing I see when I go to bed. And it's just amazing that there's that much power behind all this. How does it feel to know that you present that much joy to folks like me?
It lifts me. It's why I get up in the morning. I love that I can bring that for people. Hearing people's stories that are like, oh, this, I get compliments with this. I feel confident with this. This is a childhood dream. I so many stories like that, and that's the reason I do it. It brings me joy. It brings me life to hear those stories. Why else would I do it? It brings joy to make them. It brings joy to people, and I love hearing that back. Yeah.
That's the best, and you're the best. If you can believe it, that's the show. We just flew through that. that. That's unbelievable. I mean, I would love to talk to you more and more. I hope we do this again.
Yeah.
It has been such an honor having you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's been amazing. Yeah. Happy to come
I
on again.
would love it. And maybe next time we will talk pants, not like
Thanks.
actual pants, but just bullshit. We'll just talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. Michelle, thank you so much. This is going to be on YouTube, and I feel like people are going to love this episode because this is one of my, like I said, this is one of the greatest days of my life, and this is one of my favorite things, if not my most favorite thing I've ever been able to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have a great night, and we'll talk soon.
Oh, definitely. Take care.
Bye-bye. Have
Bye-bye.
a great night. Well, that happened. Folks, cheers. I was a little nervous about this, but then I realized, wait, we are friends. Like, why should I be nervous to talk to a friend? And lo and behold, that was just absolutely fantastic. I feel very good. I feel very good. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this mid-season. I'll be back in January, and we'll go from there. I think it'll be a good place to start. Everyone have a very safe holiday season. Everyone try to stay sane, try to stay positive. There is love out there. Whether you feel it or not, there is love out there. And if you ever need to feel it, just let me know and I'll give it to you. I'm trying to say less, but my mind's a mess right now. So I'm proud of this. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of you all. I'm proud of this show. I'm very, very proud of this show. Who knows where it'll go next? If I can talk to Michelle, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for everybody's support, everybody's comments, everybody's likes, everybody's share, yada, yada, yada. You're the best. You're the best around. Nothing ever trying to keep you down. All right. I feel like that's it for me, folks. I can't tell you how much you mean to me, and I'll talk to you soon. Maybe I'll do a thing if I get that Indiana Jones game when it comes out. Maybe I'll do a reaction video. I don't know. I've never done anything like that, but maybe I'll do something like that. So yeah, be good to each other. Be good to yourself, and we'll make it. I love you all. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Whoops. That was going to be a really good ending, but I did this.